Get this man some help.
Stop it. Get some help.
A Blazers podcast.
Welcome back to Get This Man Some Help. The podcast that won't go away even when our favorite team does. That's our slogan. We're like bathroom mold.
That's good slogan.
Okay.
That's good.
You know, there's no bad ideas in a brainstorm, Sean.
I mean, not entirely inaccurate, just not a great slogan.
Okay. There's been lots of playoff basketball that's happened, but we don't care about playoff basketball.
No, could not care.
What
less.
is playoff basketball to us? We're looking for the horizon. And since we last talked, there has been absolutely nothing that has happened.
Well, that's not true. There have been some defections.
Yes, Mike Schmitz has left. Now, how do you feel about that?
I mean, that's a bad sign. I mean, I know he was in a little bit of trouble with the league.
Yeah,
for kind of getting over to Yang Han-sen a little earlier than he should have.
yeah.
But you know, his body of work. What was that? Scoot, Klingon,
Mm-hmm.
Yang Han-sen, who's still maybe kind of a
We don't know.
see.
We don't know.
Tamani Kamara.
That's a big one.
You know, I mean,
Denny. Yeah, I don't know.
Denny.
I don't know where you give the credit on that. You know, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think that he has a rightful reputation as an evaluator of talent.
Yeah.
And I think he got out as quick as he possibly could from this soon-to-be sinking ship.
To be fair,
and
it
he's
is-
taking he's getting a heck of a promotion.
He's getting a promotion, and you know, anytime that we're over here talking ourselves, I mean, not talking ourselves into it, but we were looking for the man that we would help, and we have found him. But they got gifted a guy in Cooper Flegg who has the ceiling is the sky kind of a thing going for him.
Yeah.
So I
And
understand.
so now you get to sort of build around him.
Yeah.
And that's if you've got a guy like Mike Schmitz is probably salivating. The things we can do.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. The
That's what I'll be
hub
happy
of
for them.
Cooper Flegg.
You know how much I love the Dallas Mavericks.
Well, to be fair, you don't like a lot of teams.
That's true. That's true.
So I think that I think that his track record is pretty good. I mean, obviously, like taking off the rose-colored shades of the Homer in me, it's like what we don't know. Basically,
Mm-hmm.
there's like an incomplete grade for a lot of the things that he did. Like we just don't know what Shaedon Sharp's going to be. We just don't know what Scoot Henderson is going to be yet. But he gets an A+ for Tamani. He gets an A+ for Denny for whatever sort of influence or sway he had in those decisions. You got to give him credit, and he seemed like a really good guy. And you know, but that's the nature of the beast. The problem is that you're right. He left for a promotion, and so now he takes his experience with him.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you think he's going to say about his former employer? Well, you know, it's pretty good until. Dun.
The timeline sort of speaks to that, and maybe it's a situation where he was, had his hopes on sort of, replacing Joe at some point. You know what I mean? Who's to say? But the timeline does not lie.
No,
They got a new owner. Reports came out that this new owner was just absolutely causing chaos, and our sort of wonderkin said, "Yeah, okay, I'll go." No
I mean,
worries.
he got a little taste of it, and he saw Joe swallow a sword for the man. He wasn't a trained sword swallower, Joe.
No,
but he did that, and
he on the fly
finished with a napkin.
Looking at the YouTube video, how to swallow
Yeah.
the sword, and
and
down the
not.
pipe. Yeah.
It was my idea to not send the two-way guy. Yeah. Terrible.
Sure.
But whatever. So he's gone. The coaching search remains, but all reports have basically the most recent reporting is basically saying Tiago Splitter's out.
He's done.
So we were here for the exit interviews. Everybody's like, love Tiago Splitter. Would
Sure.
really love to have Tiago Splitter back.
Sure.
And
Not so fast.
Tiago's not going to come back.
Yeah, I do wonder how much of that was the sort of management saying, yeah, you know what, it's probably time. Or how much of that was Tiago being like, Yeah, no thanks, man. Just don't even. Just let me go. Let me get my stuff out of the office.
You think he was
don't have
blinking twice
security.
really fast at the camera? Like,
I mean,
I love it.
Because I just think in any. Listen, business is business, and that happens. But you finding out in the middle of the sort of most important stretch of your job,
Yeah.
that your boss is actively looking for your replacement.
Yeah.
Like, there's not a lot of trust there at this point.
No.
And I think I will always root for Thiago Splitter.
Yeah.
I think he did an admirable job, and I'm glad that he's sort of standing up for himself and not like crawling back and, oh, please take me back.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Oh, I'll take your pay cut. No, he's standing on his own business and said, all right, thank you. We'll see you.
Well, we
I
don't
hope
know.
that's how it went.
I don't think that's how. I think Thiago will come back if they ask him back. I just don't think he's in the running. I think Dun wants to either save money or make a splash. And Thiago's somewhere in the middle, and he does not want to be in the middle. If there's one thing we know about this man, is he does not want to be in the middle.
Yeah.
So he's going to either save a ton of money by getting a prove it coach, or he's going to bring in somebody who commands a little bit of attention and star power. And
PJ Carlissimo.
Yeah, there we go. Bring him back, baby.
PJ
How's your
Carlissimo.
neck? How's
Don
your neck?
Nelson.
Okay, so Sean, I don't know if you know this about me, but I had a previous career as a sandwich artist.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
Sure.
I worked at Subway, the
Sure.
Astoria.
When was the last time you actually ate at Subway? That's what I'd like to know.
Never again, Sean.
Yes,
After
that's
working
what I
there,
was figuring, yeah.
never again.
Yeah,
But
it's like that sometimes.
during my time working there was a theft,
Mm.
and there was an internal investigation into said theft,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody was interviewed. And I got to tell you, that regional Subway chain seemed to do a more professional and quick acting job figuring out a petty theft of $25
Mm-hmm.
then this entire organization seems to be able to pull off finding a coach, because the draft order has been revealed.
Yes.
The combine is happening. And I know we don't have any picks, but that
Breaking
doesn't
my
mean
heart.
we're out of the business. It
Breaking
doesn't
my
mean,
heart.
and yet we still don't have any idea what kind of, we don't know what kind of offense we're going to run.
No, we have no idea about anything. We're just floating around in the ether. Just absolutely, I know whatever it's going to be, it's probably going to be very efficient.
There we go.
So
There we go.
So costs will be cut.
Yep.
I'm assuming. Done. Popping the champagne. Not going to have to pay any rookie salaries.
He's going to.
Around. Not going to have to spend any new money. So cheers. Got this bottle of Brut for $4.99.
Yeah, there you go.
Toast.
Speaking
And
of Brut, this is a unusual recording time for us. This is a nighttime recording, and I was going to bring out like a bowl of ice cream to be like, oh, it's like a dessert pod, but I couldn't get through the kitchen without my kids seeing said bowl of ice cream and demanding their own.
That's tough. It's like crossing the trenches in WW1.
That's right.
Yeah.
WW1. So the Wizards were revealed.
Sure.
Did you watch the draft special, by the way?
I did not watch the draft special. I missed it.
So before the draft special, they have this like truly cringe process where Malika Andrews, God bless her, Malika Andrews could like interview a corpse, and I'd come away being like, maybe that corpse should run for president.
I mean, have you seen that halftime show?
Yeah.
That's kind of what she was doing.
So
anyway,
she's like, hey, we're gonna talk to AJ DeBansa, and hey, what does it mean for you to be here? And your mom's with you on Mother's Day. And he's like, I love it. My mom's the best. And then it goes on to like Dylan Harper. Hey, Dylan, not Dylan Harper. Sorry, Darren Peterson. What you're here? What does it mean? My mom's the best. What would you think would happen if Malika was like, actually, I went to journalism school. I'm going to ask real questions. And she just like went up to AJ and said, listen, AJ, did the Utah Jazz pay your NIL money to go to BYU?
Oof.
Like just right there.
Yeah, just the hard-hitting,
yeah,
Pablo Torre questions.
Yeah. Hey, Darren, I don't think it was creatine.
Yeah.
That doesn't pan out.
I would love it. That would be her sort of Jerry Maguire moment. Who's coming with me? Because I'm not going to have a job in about 12 seconds. And but yes, I would love that.
Caleb Wilson, we saw a video of you yamming on intramural players. Is that a responsible use of your time?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, I just as an aside, I just saw a video of Anthony Edwards sort of meeting young fans and being like, "Hey, do you guys hoop?" And I mean, like 12, 13-year-old boys. And I mean, like, yeah, I should come bust your ass. And I love it. And I love that. Anyway, speaking of yamming on intramural players, Anthony Edwards threatened to go drop the people's elbow on some 13-year-old kids. No, but listen, it's so stupid and so cringeworthy. And some things do not need to be made into a spectacle. We don't need the Met Gala. You know what I mean? We can just you know what I want to see? I want to see the lottery machine, even if it's fake. I want to see the balls. You know, like you're drawing the Powerball drawing. I want that. That's what I want. I don't need to hear from the draft pick because they don't know what to say. Like, what are they supposed to say?
Exactly.
Like they haven't even been drafted yet. They're just there to find out where they might potentially go.
Every one of them
it's the most anticlimactic evening in sports, honestly.
Every one of them has the look of I just got trapped in the elevator with my new boss, and my new boss is talking about how he's having problems with his wife, and I don't know what to say. I just don't want to get this wrong. I got to keep my job.
Just nothing to do. You know, I would much rather have them like. You know, I think, and no offense to Malika Andrews, because I do think she's doing a great job doing what she's doing. But that's where you really want the players to interact. Like, I would love to have a conversation with Dirk Nowitzki and any of those guys. Because I think if you could catch them, like, in a conversation, there might be some interest there. You know what I mean? That might be an interesting sort of thing. Like, hear them talking basketball with the basketball players as opposed to just this. Because it's going to be fluff. You know, the NBA is not going to let anything important happen. So, you know.
My question is, like, they didn't used to do this. Like, they didn't used to have the draft picks at the lottery.
No.
And it's, like, expanded. No. Like, I remember the year that it was Paulo, Chet, and Jabari, right? Yeah. And they had the three, and it was sort of like, they were like, I think didn't even have tables. They were just, like, standing up. Was that right?
Kind of awkward.
And now it's, like, it's, like, evolved into this, like, you know, formal dinner where, like, how many suits do the draft players have to? They have to have a suit for the lottery reveal. They got to have a suit for the lottery. They got to have a suit. How many suits do you want these men?
We're talking about their fashion choices. We're talking about what kind of jewelry they're wearing. Nobody needs it. Not everything has to be an event. You know what I mean? Not everything has got to be flashy. Just pick the balls. Yeah. I don't mind the sort of team representatives. You know what I mean? But yeah, short, sweet. Show the teams. I want to see, you know, Brandon Roy and George Gervin sitting there talking, whatever, and be done with it.
You know, Scoot was ahead of the time because he didn't wear a shirt, which saves you on pieces of clothing you have to buy, you know, for the multiple events that you do.
Yeah. So there you go. Smartest man in the room.
So the Wizards are going to get some help.
That AJ kid, is a 42-inch vertical. Do you know, I'm just absolutely beside myself watching. This is a banner year. Watching a combine, man, all these kids can play. Like 1 through 25, basically.
Yeah.
It's
all crazy.
Very good this year.
And we're outside of the business.
And we're just sitting back, you know, calling up the vending machine contractors. Can we get a discount? You know, I noticed that you're charging us 12 cents for every bag of Cheetos. For every D12 that gets picked, can we negotiate that a little bit?
Thank you, Neil O'Shea. Yeah. This is a gift that just keeps. I mean, it's finally stopped giving this year. So, like the interesting thing to me is that the professionalization of young people's lives continues to creep, because like listening to AJ talk about how he was the number one prospect starting in 9th grade.
Yeah.
And talking about how he chose BYU because they were going to run him isolation plays a lot and handoffs a lot so that he could be ready for the NBA. I mean, it makes total logistical sense, like just logic sense. Like, oh yeah, I want to maximize my earning power, and to do that, I want to be as good as I can, as fast as I can in the league. But it's definitely like at what point? I mean, I don't want to be like the bleeding heart, like what about the children? But like, at what point did AJ have a childhood? Like, it's crazy because he's talking about, like, they talk about it so young, and he's like, yeah, BYU, they were putting me in a lot of like one-on-one situations so I could know what it was like. And it's kind of crazy.
I mean, it's the metricization of everything, right? Like, I mean, everyone's into metrics, and so the kids are also going to get into that. You know what I mean? Like they're looking at their careers like an in-depth NBA 2K simulation at this point, you know? And I mean, from one side, good for them. Like he kind of knows, I mean, he kind of knows the path he wants to take and knows what he wants. And I mean, most of those kids are already all millionaires, you know? So, I mean, kudos to them for sort of running their career like a profitable business because it is already a very profitable business. But yeah, like I do kind of harken back to the times where it was just like, I just want to play basketball. You know what I mean? Like not like in a shut up and dribble kind of way, but just like, you know, I love basketball. I love getting out there to hoop.
Yeah.
I want more Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards does not care about the metrics.
He does not care about the
He
metrics.
said, "Do you have a basketball? Okay, well, I'll go there. I don't care if you're in college or 12 years old. I'll come find you.
Yeah.
Whip on you. Just don't matter. I'm going to beat your ass."
I would love it if he knocked on your door right now and be like, I heard you were talking about me.
I love it. I absolutely.
Let's go play.
And you know what I would say? I guess I'm going to get this ass whooping.
Yep.
I earned it. You showed up. You saw the bat signal.
I would be honored.
You showed up. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Do you think you could score a point on Anthony Edwards?
No.
1-on-1 to 11?
Not a single point. No way. Could you?
Not in my current state, no. No, probably not.
When you were in your prime?
Maybe. And it maybe.
Like, aside, like, there's no point in my life that I would be able to score a point on him. I mean, if you just take away the, hey, I'm going to throw it up and, you know, there's a, you know what I mean? Like, there's like, there weird things can happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a purposeful point.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about it is, I'm not sure I could prevent him from scoring a point. So
Yeah.
I think when he got the ball, that would probably be the end of the game. Certainly now. But yeah, I think, you know, I mean, there's always a chance. Always a chance.
I just think that he's going to care a lot more than you are, no matter how much you are up for it.
100%.
And it's like, okay, if he's going to care, you're like a VW Bug and he's like a Ferrari.
Yeah.
He's not only does he care, he has the engine.
I think that when he steps on a basketball court, he just, no matter who's on the court, he sees Nikola Jokic or Shea.
Yeah.
I just think like it's, if you walk on the court with him, he's seeing like a big Shea head on your body.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm going to just like the Terminator. I'm going to destroy you now. Yeah. I believe that 100%.
Like, one of the things I love the most about him is that he is an open book, even when that book is spelling out his own demise. Like, he, you know, they tied up the series with the Spurs and then got blown out in game 5. And then he was like, I'm not worried. Nobody in this locker room's worried. And you know, the thing about it is he's not going to Dylan Brooks this. If they lose, he's still going to talk to the media and he's going to say, he's going to be honest and he's going to own up to it. And he's going to tell like Wemby, hey, good game.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
It's so refreshing. It is so refreshing. I mean, he's got a lot of uncle in him for such a young man.
Yeah.
But incredible.
So on Mondays, you and I play a game with let's say they generally skew to be older.
Yeah.
And you know, I must have ate my Wheaties that day because on Monday, I think I had like 9 blocks.
Nice.
And I was like, is this what Victor feels like? Because watching Victor sort of blossom into this crazy, like he is like we had this conversation a couple weeks back about how the Thunder were goofy until they were inevitable.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like the Spurs are scary close to being inevitable. And the reason I bring this up is because I know you don't read the comments in our YouTube comments or our podcast comments
or any comments anywhere.
Any comments ever.
Any comments anywhere on the internet. No,
you have a very healthy boundary, which I admire. But we were getting a little bit of like feedback or clapback, if you would, about how like, hey, you know, you're forcing this hate of Wemby. Why are you guys talking about it like it's a brewing rivalry? Like the teams have to be somewhere close for it to be a rivalry. Things of those natures. 2 things. First of all, you don't clap back at people unless you think they might be rivals. Otherwise, you just don't say anything, right? Come on, right?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think that, I mean, I do tend to agree with that to a certain point because, yeah, I mean, as the is the ice cube a rival to the sun? No.
Right.
And that's where we are right now.
Okay,
Portland
but
versus
like,
San Antonio.
but
Is
the
the
sun
blade of grass a rival to the lawnmower? Probably not. No.
Yeah, but the lawnmower's not telling I'm gonna get you a blade of grass, right? Like,
I mean, how do you know?
maybe that's what motivates the lawnmower.
Yeah. The
What's
lawnmower is Anthony Edwards, The lawnmower is like,
Yeah.
Get your ass. Yeah.
I have so much respect for what the Spurs are doing, and the scariest thing is that you've said this a million times, and it is true from the microcosm to the macro. Victor's not the player. Victor's the worst player he's going to be right now than he is for like many years.
They will never be easier to beat than they are right now, and they're awfully tough to beat.
And the rest of the Spurs are the worst they'll be. Like, Dylan Harper is only going to get better.
Yeah. Well, listen, Dylan Harper in some ways is scarier than Wemby because he is just always kind of right there doing the right thing at the right time, which for a guy who's, 20 or whatever he is.
20.
You're watching him turn into sort of a monster,
Yeah.
And Castle is turning into, man, I think he's going to be a great like NBA villain. You know what I mean? Like Dylan Brooks, but can actually win games. Like, I don't think he's going to be as talkative as Dylan Brooks, but he definitely has that sort of that edge, that kind of enforcer edge.
Yeah.
And I think one thing I like about Castle is he's not trying to. There are situations where the sort of trifecta of Fox, Castle, and Dylan Harper. Castle might be worried he's going to get kind of lost in that.
Yeah.
But there does not seem to be any of that sort of ego. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They all, they seem to be sort of playing well together. Then you get Champagny and, just kind of the other guys, Luke Cornett, and, like they are playing tremendous basketball. I hate you so much, San Antonio fans. Again, not because I think your team is bad, because I am jealous. Because this is what I want for us. I want to talk about the Blazers like I'm talking about the Spurs right now.
Yeah. Well,
it's not going to happen. But yeah, I mean, all those guys are young. Like even the veterans, aside from Harrison Barnes, like if you take Harrison Barnes out of the equation, their average age drops. I mean, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Honestly, like
he had a triple-double with blocks, man, in the playoffs. I just want to. I mean, what?
Yeah.
What is that? What?
We just okay. A couple things to jump off that.
Okay.
If you took De'Aaron Fox off the roster, the age would still drop. Like,
yeah, it's true. And
they
he's
are
still
very
a
young.
Guy. Oh my god.
So there have been so I'm of two minds, because like a lot of times people are like, why do you hate these? Why do you hate on these players? Whatever. But it's like, that's a part of being a fan, is that you dislike opposing players and blah, blah, blah. Now I was trying to think about what players and when transcended to like near universal approval, right? So like you had Michael Jordan, where like there's not even in Portland, kids were wearing Jordans. Like there was not a person in the world who wasn't under Michael Jordan's spell. You had that for the early Steph experience, where I remember people were going to the Moda Center early just to watch his warm-ups, which seems ridiculous to me now. It's like, you're going to go watch this guy warm, but he was absolutely transformational. Kobe, and another way you can measure that is like the ripple effect of Michael Jordan is Kobe. Like Kobe wanted to be Michael, played like Michael, and now Kobe's having that ripple effect where like Jason Tatum wants to play whatever. So at some point, that seems like what Wemby's going to be, right?
Yeah.
Like he is becoming he does plays every game, like you say, that you're like, that is a glitch in reality.
It should not be possible.
Doesn't make sense.
Should not be possible. And his sort of impact reminds me, and two completely different styles of play. And I'm not talking about how they play. I'm just talking about the sort of response they get. It's kind of like Allen Iverson, right?
Yeah.
You couldn't watch Allen Iverson play and not be like, damn, like, and again, completely different skill set than Wemby, but the same sort of thing. Like, if you're a fan of, like, Allen Iverson, if the concept of playing basketball was sentient, it would be a lot like Allen Iverson. And I think that with Wemby, just the sort of like the sheer amazement factor and because it's not like with Steph, when he was in his prime, and even now still, he'll have like those 2 or 3 shots where you're just like, how in the world, how in the hell did he do that? With Wemby, it's like every play, like on both sides of the ball. Like defensively, you can just sit him near the basket and he shuts down the entire, I mean, he shuts everything down within like a 15-foot radius, to the point where the other teams are just kind of like, oh, like his presence forces 3 extra passes a lot of the time without him having to do much. Just passively, I'm going to force you to take an extra 4 or 5 seconds off the shot clock, or to not take that easy shot you take over every other player in the league. And that's on defense. It's exciting to watch on defense. You know, it's going to be hard for other people not named me to hate him. I will continue to hate him. But
he might even wear you down. I don't know.
That's just me. I will continue to hate him, but purely out of jealousy.
Do you know?
Understand?
Well,
Purely
that's because I was at your house when those lottery balls were popping.
Yeah.
And we thought we thought we had a chance. So do you know, this is a popular stat that was going around, but do you know what the Wolves are shooting when Wemby's on the floor?
No.
34%. As a team. As a team. This guy is a one-man plague. Everybody just feels a little queasy when he's out there because they're like, I feel scared. So the other thing that is going to win him so many fans and just a lot of love is like, he gets back up and he speaks with his chest.
That's the Iverson thing. Iverson would hit the deck 15 times a game and he would pop right back up, you know, and get back into it. Yeah. 100%.
And that whole thing with Nas, like that was a play that he should have been ejected for sure. But like, I feel like there's a certain kind of player, Scoot Henderson, who might all of a sudden disappear into his own head after that kind of thing. Whereas Wemby came out and was like, actually, no, I'm going to play even harder.
Yeah.
And I'm going to like put you on life support right now.
Yeah. I think the sort of mentality, like, it's just not fair. Like, if you're going to be that talented and you're going to be that tall, be like Rudy Gobert and just be a space cadet. You know what I mean? Be like Karl Anthony Towns, but don't have all that and somehow have like the Michael Jordan, I'm going to absolutely make your life miserable just because I can sort of mentality. And he's getting there. I mean, the thing is, I like Nas Reed a lot. Nas Reed is one of my favorite players in the NBA. But he was kind of being a dick, you know? And that was a moment where I think, even though I agree that the ejection, he probably actually should have been suspended a game. Because, I mean, it was just a flagrant elbow to the throat. But, like, that is just another layer of legitimacy for him. You know what I mean? Because it sends a message to the other guys in the league, like, Nas Reed is a respected, trusted hand. But if he gets frisky with me, I'm putting him on his ass. You know what I mean? So you're not just going to bully me. You know what I mean? Like, I know I'm kind of tall and awkward and all that kind of stuff, but if you really want to get down to it, we can get down to it. And yeah, I think that was probably, I would consider that elbow an investment in his future. You know what I mean? Because I think he really saved future Wemby a lot of extra drama with just that one, you know, in a playoff game, knowing I'll get suspended. I don't even care. I don't even care. I'm going to lay you down, and, you know, my team's still going to be okay. So what are we going to do now? You know, so what's next for you?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, the entire Spurs team, and the Blazers have a little bit of this, which I love, but this is my favorite kind of team where it's like, you know, there's that advice that sometimes people give where it's like, you don't have to win every fight, but if you make every fight painful and hard enough, they're just not going to want to fight you.
That's exactly right.
And that's how the Blazers play to a certain point. Yep. But that's how the Spurs play all the time. And we saw it firsthand, boy, like losing those leads in those games and just being like, I don't feel comfortable with a 19-point lead. I don't feel comfortable. Like, I feel nervous.
There was that year or two where the kind of running joke is if you're not up on the Golden State Warriors by 20 going into the third quarter, you know what I mean? Yeah. You're not going to win the game. And yeah, I think the Spurs are starting to veer towards that. Like, if you don't have them well in hand, you know.
So, I mean, I think the Wolves are still have a chance, and like we have pointed out, we love Naz Reid, and he definitely is that X factor for them. Um, but man, you look at the way they built their team, and a lot of it's luck, right? Like,
Yep.
there's not a team in the league that wouldn't have picked Wemby. There's not a team in the league that wouldn't have picked Dylan. Castle's the one where they made a choice that was really beneficial. And maybe I don't know if there's anybody else at that point that wouldn't have picked Castle, but you could say so. It is sort of but they surround these guys with like-minded players, and they're all tough as heck. It's you can't hate them forever. So
I mean, I can.
I know you can. I'm talking about like normal people.
Normal people. Yes. Yes.
All right. So I don't know if you're aware, but Portland has a women's team, and they sold out their first game, and the vibes were. My parents were there. They said it was amazing.
Yeah.
They lost, but they played like kind of above their heads a little bit.
Yeah.
And you know what they did, Sean?
Oh no!
They gave away T-shirts. Everybody in attendance
gave away T-shirts.
They all got T-shirts.
Game?
They all got T-shirts.
What?
Yeah. Everybody.
What?
Yeah.
All the people who showed up got a T-shirt?
It's incredible, right?
Wow. Well, that's amazing. Huh.
It's funny, but it also hurts.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, good for them. Picked up their first win, by the way. Buzzer beater. Yeah. Okay.
Here we go.
Winning WNBA franchise.
Here we go. And the Blazers players continue just to be stand-up guys. They showed up.
Yeah, sure.
Dame showed up. Drew showed up. Did you see the videos? The just utterly charming videos of Drew Holiday playing one-on-one with fans in front of the Moda Center as they arrived. Yeah. It just made me like never trade that. This man is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get it. I would trade him in a heartbeat. But
I know you would. But you hear these stories about like they're really good for the community and stuff. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's like fluff and it's marketing. No, he really is
legitimately, and has been his whole career. I mean, has been just a good citizen, good teammate. Just stand up, solid. I mean, even back at UCLA, he was just no one had anything bad to say about him. He carries himself well. Just seems to be enjoying his life. Is an athlete who kind of acknowledges that, part of being a professional athlete is sort of like interacting with the fans and, just being a solid guy. So, hats off to him. Speaking of which, I got a question for you. I was doing my research. I don't have any draft research I have to do this year. So I was looking at the burning trade rumors, and it seems like, and I know we don't want to talk about this, but it seems like the Giannis to Portland thing is really picking up some steam.
Oh, God.
And you even have now the sort of national experts, putting together huge lists of potential trades and being like, well, if Portland really wanted to, they could push an interesting package. So the one that seems to be gaining the most traction, Portland owns a lot of Milwaukee's future draft assets. So as it goes, swap those all back, maybe throw in like a 2032 first round pick. And then you got Jeremy and Young Hansen, who apparently there are people in the Milwaukee organization who would not be opposed to bringing him along. And either Scoot or Shaedon. All right?
Mm-hmm.
One or the other. Now, because the NBA is so weird now with the sort of weird bargain agreements, that is actually, I mean, that's looking like that might be at the sort of top end of what the Bucks could expect back, because it's a kind of an either or situation between like your draft capital and like young players that will help you win. Like Miami can put together a package with like Hero and the big kid from Khalil Ware and like a draft pick.
From Oregon.
Yeah, from Oregon. There you go. And Minnesota can put together Jaden McDaniels and DiVincenzo and, a couple of players, but not a lot in terms of draft capital. You know what I mean? So the Blazers are actually, pretty, I mean, definitely draft capital. I mean, Milwaukee gets all their stuff back, which is great for them. So I guess my question to you, and I know we don't like talking about this. I'm tired of talking about Giannis. I don't want to hear him. But do you, for the package of Jeremy Grant, which sure, yeah, Young, Hansen, and all their draft stuff back, are you pulling the trigger on that deal with Shaedon or Scoot? And who would you rather trade, Shaedon or Scoot?
So yes,
Okay.
I'm pulling that trigger. That seems like an exceptional price for it. I understand why Milwaukee does it, because if they are getting their picks back, they don't necessarily want to be good in the future, right? They want their picks to be high.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it from their perspective. We get immediately better, and we become sort of, I don't think we become a favorite or anything like that, but we become a dark horse for sure. I think we'd probably end up 4th seed or something like that with that lineup. So yeah, I would do it. I think the guy, I think it's got to be, you got to want to keep Scoot, right? Like, I just feel like Scoot, like, at least Scoot's like a weather vane, right? Like, at least I know where the wind's blowing. Like, Shaden's like some sort of like obscure stone that once in a while the moon glances off of, and I think I have treasure. Like, I don't know what it is, you know? Like, and I love both of them. And when Shaedon is right, I have to say, the highs are so intoxicating that you're like, I don't ever want this guy to go.
Yeah.
But I do see, like, we're going to start 2 guards that have AARP cards next year. We might need a ball handling guy.
So, yeah, and that's the thing, right? Because there's no way that all 3 of those guys are going to play in a whole ton of regular season games together. It's just, I just don't see how that's going to happen. And so,
Nope.
yeah, you do need a point guard, and, you know, you're not going to draft one. You know, I think Caleb Love is not who I want. Not the best passer in the world if you bring him back. Then you run with like a point forward. You let Denny do a lot of the ball handling, which they kind of did this year. Also, it's an interesting lineup because they definitely, I mean, everything I've seen, without exception, is that Dame and Drew are the backcourt that they want starting the season. I have not seen anything to counter that at all. And I'm not saying that won't change, but I haven't seen anything that says any different. And so you got those 2. You got Denny, who you got to start. But now you've got Giannis, Tumani, and Klingon for those front court, or the 2 remaining front court positions. And I mean, that gets a little curious. Like, do you
wait? So you're starting Dame, Drew, and then you have
Drew, Denny.
Yeah.
And then if you bring in Giannis, then I mean, Giannis is not really going to play center. So theoretically, you got to play Klingon, which puts Kamara off the bench, which doesn't seem great. Or do you just, like, depending on the matchup, do you bring Denny off the bench? Because that doesn't seem like
no, you can't bring Denny.
Right?
No.
Yeah.
No, I think they're probably do the actual lineup, but do that sort of thing they used to do with who the Blazers used to do that with, where they always you get the start but you never finish the game kind of a thing.
Yeah, sure.
Like,
Which,
like
I mean, they did with Klingon a lot.
They did with Klingon,
anyway,
and they're gonna have to do it with Dame. I expect as he comes back. Like, I think Dame will finish games, but I think his opening stint will be like 6 minutes or something.
I mean, I'd certainly hope they give him a little bit of grace. But then again, you know that those guys are not going to be on the court, or then there's going to be a lot of missed games between the 3 of them.
I think you do the trade if you know you have buy-in from Giannis, because I think, and I actually
need at least 3 extra. You need like a 3-year extension at the very least.
Yeah, and it's funny because I actually met somebody who works with Giannis in the Nike industrial complex, and I was like what? And they had nothing but extremely positive things to say.
That's nice.
But I think he does seem to be. He's not. I'm not saying like he's gonna like pout or anything like that, but I do think he's not. He's gonna like be a little passive aggressive, and you gotta hope that he wants to be there, because like some of the press conferences and stuff he's done in Milwaukee, it's just like, oh my god, like we don't need that.
Well, the thing is, I have a feeling he's not going to sign an extension unless he kind of knows for sure where he's going.
Yeah,
and again, we've been coming back to this now for like 3 weeks now. If you're Giannis and you're in what may have been the most dysfunctional situation in basketball in Milwaukee this past season, are you really going to be like, yeah, sure, I'll come to Portland Where the only thing I know about this team right now is Dame is there, and they got this owner who's not letting the two-way guys travel with the team. He's not giving the fans T-shirts. He's,
But
you know what I mean? Like,
do you remember if they had a good I didn't think that they had a particularly great relationship, Dame
I
and
think
Giannis.
that they had a good personal relationship.
Okay.
I think that it never really. They didn't gel as well as certainly Milwaukee was hoping for. But again, I mean, with the weird coaching stuff that happened, and the fact that, like, I mean, you got to have, even when you have two all-time talents, you still got to have another 10 guys on the team that makes some sense. And it just didn't seem like they really,
Right.
you know, built a good team around them. So yeah, but I mean, it's an interesting kind of thought experiment because Giannis kind of needs the ball, you know, and Denny kind of needs the ball.
Kind of.
And Dame has always had the ball. You know, Drew can kind of, I think, play as you go.
Donovan doesn't care.
No, I mean, I think he's content with kind of doing his stuff. But yeah, I mean, it begs the question: are you going to have enough basketball to go around if you got Dame and Denny and Giannis on the court at the same time?
Yeah.
Or is the talent just so good that they would just figure it out? You know what I mean?
I think the answer that you have to do is the second of those two, that the talent's just too great to deny.
Well, listen,
I'm not saying that's how it would work out.
I highly doubt that Giannis is coming, and I certainly don't want to get my hopes up that Giannis is coming. But sort of looking at, like, keeping in mind again that just a year ago, the Knicks gave up 5 draft picks for Mikal Bridges.
Mm-hmm.
It is crazy that they're going to move Giannis, and it is going to be almost like he's discounted merchandise. You know what I mean? You could have told me 3 years ago that Jeremy Grant and a unproven third-year player, and a kind of slow rookie from China, and then a couple of draft picks would be enough to land Giannis Antetokounmpo. You know what I mean? Like, that is wild to me. That is so wild to me. But if that's where we're at, then, you know, Portland, I legitimately think has a good a shot as any other team at this point to sort of win the Giannis sweepstakes, because it does sound like they're going to trade him.
I would be so curious to know, like, what the economic bump Young Hansen brings. Like, how many jersey sales did the Blazers have? Because there's something there where it's like, I know it's like cynical and stuff, but like, we know that, like, when Yao Ming was here, like, he got like all-star starter. He was huge, and so
massive.
You got to wonder if the Bucks are like, well, we're going to be bad for a couple of years. Let's make some money while we're doing it.
And I do kind of wonder.
And he has potential, you know.
Well, and it's clear he can play. It's not clear if he's ever going to be fast enough to not be a liability. Right. Jokic gets away with it because he's freaking Jokic. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care what kind of defense Jokic is playing. Like, that guy's incredible. But you got Young Hansen on the court, you're basically forcing yourself to play in a zone effectively. Like, he cannot play man-to-man in the NBA as he sits. Klingon was kind of like that too his first year.
Yeah.
You know, and they kind of got him into shape and got him a little quicker and a little leaner and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's almost like if you're Mike Schmitz, was this like, did he know he was leaving? It was just like, yeah, guys, trust me, you know, take this guy. It's going to be great for you. You know?
Well, I mean, like, it was a good bit of business in terms of, like, getting that pick off of, we got an extra pick out of the deal. We got the Magic pick in 2028.
Yeah.
And, like, you look at our books, like, we're missing out on this draft, but, like, going forward, we're, like, in a really healthy spot in terms of picks and stuff.
Very healthy. Very
healthy. I think the thing that kind of, like, blows my mind about trading for Giannis is at that point, it's like, what are we even doing? Because, like, is there any player that's untouchable at that point? Like, if you're going to go in for Giannis, then wait, should you sell high on Tumani? Should you bring in, you know what I mean? Like, at some point, you got to think to yourself, like, we're not doing the slow build anymore. Like, let's start slapping some shingles.
Minute if you're entertaining a Giannis Antetokounmpo, if you're bringing him to town, then you are win right now. You were win yesterday. We need to win a championship 3.5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I mean, it does change. It's crazy because I do think he is a plan-altering talent.
Sure.
You know, I think you bring him in, and I think you're, you know, just whatever we've been doing for the past 3 or 4 years, just ball it up, toss it away, and let's go see what Danny Green's up to.
Well, you know, he doesn't. like address the issues that we had this year.
No.
But
that's the thing, though,
but
right?
he
Like,
changes the whole
your
equation.
issues are completely different now.
Your issues are totally different.
Just completely different now.
And you brought it up earlier, but like the health thing, all those guys are going to be missing time, and you got to hope that you could do something off the bench. I can't talk about it anymore. And
I know.
If it happens, I'll do it.
Folks, we can't be hopeful here. We can't be hopeful.
Okay.
If you've watched this long enough, hope gets us in trouble every single time.
It's the hope that kills you.
It's us sitting in my living room watching the lobby, watching the pick. Oh, Portland's got a 50% chance of Wemby. Oh no.
So yeah,
or 33% chance.
You had like a little party, and we were all over at your house, and you purposely kept yourself in the kitchen because you couldn't deal with it.
I just couldn't do it.
And as it kept rolling, and I was oh my God, we're in the top 3.
I'm listening
you
to
come
guys.
running out.
Oh yeah.
And we're both looking at each other like,
almost
this could happen.
Tripped and fell, caught my house shoes on the table leg, went through the window. And yeah.
All right. Before we were going to do this whole thing about the Wizard of Oz and what gifts would you give the players, but we're going to just tuck that away in our pocket for another time. But before we go, we don't have a first round pick, but there is possibilities for buying into the second round, stuff like that in nature.
Mm-hmm.
And watching Alex Caravan, the kid from Connecticut, shoot the way he shot at the combine. And, it's not like it's just like in gym situations. This guy is a national champion 2 times. He shot in every stage he's been at, he's been able to perform.
Yeah.
So it got me thinking like, these can be impactful moves as well. Like Tamani was a second round pick. Like this is how you can kind of build out your team by being smart. So I think Mike Schmitz has shit.
Because you see, we let him leave, and now we've got
well, at least our head coach
ChatGPT.
Our head coach will tell us the identity. Oh
no,
God,
no! They've reduced the scouting department. Our scouting department is Google Gemini.
Listen, I'm just happy for the Spurs. Okay, you haven't won. It's been a long winter. It's been since 2014. That's more than 10 years.
Yeah,
by my math. That's a long time.
It's a long time. They had Greg Popovich waiting for him at the airport. Just again, Spurs fans. I hate you all, but 100% jealousy.
Okay,
take it as a compliment. Take it as a compliment. I would kick my own grandmother in the back to be in your position right now, Spurs fans.
God, it's so.
It's fine. It's fine. She's dead. It's fine.
Oh God,
for a long time. It's fine.
Puma distortion. Maybe we can get some like.
He doesn't want to be attached to that.
No.
I'm talking about kicking my dead grandmother in the back. You're like,
I'm
Puma
saying
distortion. It's not good for the brand, man.
What about some like villain music for Dun Dun Dun? Or we could play it like when things take a turn for the worse. It's like
Yeah, but like some campy, like 50s horror film.
Ooh, I like it. Or maybe like a funeral dirge.
Yeah, something like that.
Thanks to Puma Distortion. Next week we'll have more to talk about. Maybe we'll have to pull up my stupid idea about wizard gifts. I think you already kind of nailed it with Scoot, where your gift is actually a reverse gift, where it's taking away his shirts.
Yeah.
Because, if you're Scoot and you walk around all off season with your shirt off, do you know how many compliments you're going to get?
Just nothing but compliments.
And you're going to come in with sky-high confidence.
Listen, brother, if I looked like that, you couldn't keep me in one. Be thankful I'd be wearing my drawers if I looked like that guy. Come on. What are you talking about? It would be Savi's Island every day.
Get this man some help.
Stop it. Get some help.
A Blazers podcast.
I'm not
Savi's
wrong.
Island, for those who know.